Welcome to the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. I'm Joey Calvo. As you can tell, today is not. Oh, wait a minute. Let me edit this now, too. So just bear with me a minute. There we go. Go back to the top. There we go. All right. So we've now changed the name of the title to Life with No One because the guest that was going to come on didn't know how I did this. And now I'm just going to blabber for this episode. So, welcome to the podcast, like I said. And we're on YouTube as well as PhillyCAM TV. I know I did an episode a little over a week ago about, who I am and what I was looking for in my life and what friends are and so on. I'm kind of going to rehash it a little bit and do this a little differently. It's hard on me right now to even explain how I want to do this or even figure how I want to do this. I mean, I got guests coming up soon and you know, I mean, you you think I thought I was listening. I'm actually going to say I thought I was listening to people. I actually thought I had an idea what was going on. Realized I'm wrong. I realized I put a lot of things on people that really don't deserve it. And I said in the last episode that if you saw me sitting in Rittenhouse Square or Washington Square Park, um, and you were interesting enough and you wanted to come chat with me, you're welcome to it. But I could also understand if you don't. And I'm seeing it. I mean, this is live on YouTube right now, but it won't be airing until probably August on PhillyCAM TV. I was gonna do something that probably would have been very stupid today. I can't do that. And it's not because I want to do it. I should have done it. But I thought I had someone who believed in me. and they I believe they do. It's just not the way I looked at it, and I didn't listen to it. And now, as this is happening, everything's just imploding on me. And I was reminded, anytime something good comes, something bad happens. I mean, the podcast is still going on, just to let you know, folks. Um, I mean, we got guests in June that's gonna air in August and September. I just don't know how much longer I'm gonna do it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to step off the screen a moment. picture. There we go. This is the real host of the podcast. This is the real strength of the podcast right here. This is the reason why this podcast is still around. It's because of American Fox. And in reference to, like I said earlier, with you watching on PhillyCAM TV, I know you're not seeing this live, uh, as this is being recorded, but you're welcome to. If you go to the YouTube channel, you're welcome to comment there. And when the comments come in, I'll see them and I'll answer them for you the best I can. Or if it's about a guest I had on previously, in the live section, and you chose a guest, you saw you had a question for that person. Some I'll be able to go back to, some I can't, but I'll do my best to get the answer for you. But the reason why this podcast really is going somewhere, or has been going somewhere, is right there on that screen. Right there on that screen. That's the real host. Also, to be honest, those that actually watch the live stream on YouTube and puts the questions out, like the Jim Donovan podcast that aired in May, those people, those are your hosts. Those are your true hosts. You're the true host of this podcast with American Fox. Not me. Yes, it's called Life with Joey Calvo, but when I did it, I should have put life in parentheses, and I didn't. But I don't think YouTube would allow me to do that anyway. But that's you're the real host of this podcast. All I am is just the messenger. All I am is just the messenger. All I do is come on here, present people, share their stories and their experiences. And I always tell each guest that comes on, let your followers know that they can come on live on the live stream on YouTube when it goes live and join the conversation. Well, there's the conversation right there. American Fox. That's been your voice right now. Like I said, with the exception of those that, have come on and actually chatted, even chatted with us, with me and a guest, like I said, the Jim Donovan podcast, where his followers were on there and came on and, gave their support and stuff. And it was great. And, my support that I did, that I gave for him as well. But otherwise, when it came to questions, that's your voice. That's been your voice. So this this is this could be the best thing you see on this podcast. And I will say that when she is pictured wise, lots of views. No comments, just lots of views. And I appreciate that. And um PhillyCAM TV will get to officially meet American Fox or officially met American Fox back on May 29th. Um so she she is this podcast. Like I said, she will always be this podcast's number one fan, number one supporter. And one of the best superheroines I will ever meet in my life. And I'm a Wonder Woman fan. She's up there with her. And not just because of how she looks. It's what's inside. And unfortunately, I didn't catch all the inside, or I misunderstood the inside. But that's on me. And when I mentioned about friendships in the podcast that I did here the last time in the PhillyCAM studios, I literally kind of said I dissolved friendships. But I also had to explain, and I explained to American Fox, there was more than a friendship. And I misunderstood it. I mean, there's more than what I would want. And I had it. I had it an amazing I had it an amazing person. I mean, it's there. It's there. And that's what's keeping this podcast going right now. Is that support from American Fox. That's the best thing I could ask for ever in my life. You if you really want if you want to look up friends in the dictionary or in the encyclopedia, it should have a picture of American Fox in it. Because American Fox is, like I said, someone who is by your side. Someone who will be that positive spirit that lifts you through your day. American Fox is someone that would believe in you. I saw that. And I saw more. I just misunderstood it. American Fox is one of the best superheroines you could ever would ever see, and I learned that. I learned how much American Fox means to fighting crime. I've learned that. You will never see anyone really be American Fox than American Fox, and that's 24/7. You you can learn a lot through someone, and I learned a lot from American Fox. That's why you see it on the screen. I thank her for everything she's done for this podcast and everything that she is. I mean, she's up there as a first responder, kind of. She serves our country. She risks her life for all of us. And the only thing that could take her away from us is that somebody put her down. She's stronger than you think, folks. She will kick ass and talk later. If you're going to do something stupid, don't do it in front of her. I will say that too. Because she will put you in your position for that. I know. I learned that too. And I'm not, and I wasn't even trying to commit a crime, quote unquote. But no one could be like American Fox. No one could be as supportive as American Fox. Nobody can be stronger when fighting crime than American Fox. I could be feeling depressed right now, but at the same time, I can't. And American Fox will think that this podcast is just to bring out everything about her. I mean, it is. She's American Fox 24/7. She fights crime. She's one of the greatest superheroines you'll ever meet. She will always be this podcast's number one fan, number one supporter. This has been the voice of the podcast right here. And those that contribute. This is your, like I said, this podcast is really you. It's not me. I'm just, like I said, I'm just like the messenger to it. And if you want proof, these were the questions that were for the guests today that was supposed to be on. This was from American Fox. And I was looking forward to really asking these questions too. But the guest misunderstood me as well and didn't understand, like you said, the process I do. So I didn't want to waste being in the studio. I didn't want to waste a podcast airtime. So I decided to do this. And yes, I changed the title to Life with No One. I should really make it the real life of American Fox. The real host of this podcast. Matter of fact, you know what? I am going to change it. Give me a minute. There we go. I changed the video description as well. Okay. So this is the viewers on YouTube and PhillyCAM TV and American Fox. You're the real host of this podcast. Okay. You're the real host of this podcast. I am just, like I said, I'm just the the go through person. I'm just a moderator, to be honest with you. I mean, if I come up with questions of my own, I'm lucky. But your real host is right there. You're a real host when you, the viewers, are not asking questions and being a host. There's your real host right there. That's been your voice. So things that you may have picked up on other podcasts, that's the person to thank. That's the person you thank. Because that person is what keeps this podcast going. Like I said, I could cancel it if I really wanted to, but I can't. I can't cancel this podcast because of the strength that I have. And like I said, in reference to that strength, it's right there on that screen. That's been your real host. Well, all right, maybe over the past couple of years, we could say that I've gotten to know her. That's your real host. When you, the viewer, are not on the live stream, when it's on YouTube And like I said, now with PhillyCAM TV on, you know, you see this later on, but the questions are always welcome to come in. It just depends on which episode you're talking about. And like I said, all you have to do is go to the Life with Joey Calvo YouTube channel on it, click on live. If you remember the episode that you're talking about from, I mean, it could be any of the episodes that are out right now. Um, if you saw it and you had a question that didn't get answered, go to the Life with Joey Calvo YouTube channel, go to that podcast in question, okay? And because you'll see it in the so like I said, that's your voice. That is the voice of this podcast. If you, the viewer, puts questions in, you're the host as well. Okay. You are the host. Like I said, I just moderate. So, like I said, so like I said, American Fox is the one you need to thank. So, um, so in reference to, like I said, your voice, your opinions, your questions. When I post, most of the time I post this on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, and I put it out. I'm like, if you have questions, come on, bring your voice out. It's like when you're going out to vote. If you don't vote, your voice doesn't get heard. Okay? Right now, this is your representative of this podcast. This has been your voice. Okay? This is your voice right here through this amazing person. And I mean amazing. And I will always know that. Something I can't argue with. So this is, like I said, this is the voice of the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. This is the greatest superheroine you may ever know about. So you, like I said, you will never. I can't say you'll never, but as long as this podcast is on, so um, so like I said, this is your voice right here. This is the real host beside you. American Fox is your real host of this podcast. And I mean, American Fox will bring out the questions that So, so excuse me. If you really want to know who a friend is, if you really want to, who the real support is, it's American Fox. This is your real support. This is what keeps this podcast going. Okay. Every guest that comes on here and you see the questions come up on the screen, that's been your host. And that was my goal. I'm just the moderator. I'm just the person that just brings you, the host, out and voice your opinion. So, like I said, and even if you hate this podcast, okay, even if you hate this podcast, okay, you're not a big fan, you've been viewing American Fox, I'll tell you that. And that's why I keep saying, if you have questions about American Fox that you want to bring out, bring them out. Because I will turn around and let her know, hey, someone has a question about you that I couldn't answer. If you have questions about American Fox, okay, bring them out. Come to the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. Go to the live section and click on either this episode that airs or any others that have her on it. And ask. Because I will tell you, if you left a comment, okay, and you had a question about American Fox, okay, and if you leave a comment and you put your email, if you want her directly to respond to you, okay, leave your email next to the comment, okay, because, or who knows, she may pop up and answer the question herself. All I just got to do is let her know which episode it is and where the comment's from. But this has been the real person that's been your voice of this podcast. It's not me. Like I said, my purpose of this podcast, yes, I want to share stories. I want to share experiences, but I want to hear you as well. And I mean, this podcast is supposed to be, like a radio show. Okay. Where, the viewers get involved. That's been my goal. Well, here's the viewer that's been you know, acting for you. So even if you hate these podcasts and you're not a big fan, or or you're watching it on PhillyCAM TV and you're like, oh, this is boring. Well, I'll tell you, if you see American Fox on it, I don't think it'll be boring. I can say that. I will say that these podcasts will not get boring as long as she's part of it. And I will say right now, she is a huge part of this. Okay. Like I said, American Fox is the number one fan, the number one supporter, besides being a real life superheroine. Because you will never see anyone come out like this. And she does this not only to learn, but she does it because she believes in me. And she believes in this podcast. Okay. So you have questions for American Fox? Bring them out. Okay. Bring them out. Because, like I said, she's the real host of this podcast right now. If it's not you, the viewer, that's going to be that's watching it live on YouTube or on on the rebroadcast, when this goes on PhillyCAM TV. Okay. If you don't voice your opinion or you don't voice your question unless you want to learn it through American Fox, okay, that's fine. But she's not the only host. Okay. Like I said, you, the viewer, doesn't matter if you're watching the live stream on YouTube or you're watching on PhillyCAM TV, and you turn around and you come to this episode and you put out a question, you're the host. Like I said, all I do is I just relay what you're saying. That's my goal. Okay. And like I said, American Fox brings out the questions almost like the news channel. Okay. Almost like a news channel. Okay. Because she actually researches every guest that's been on here. So every podcast starting May 29th on PhillyCAM TV, we just got started because you're going to see more of American Fox. Okay. Like I said, American Fox is the one you're going to be really seeing on this podcast. If it's not you, the viewer, on YouTube or PhillyCAM TV that doesn't ask a question, it's American Fox. You're the real, like I said, and I can't stress that enough. You are the real hosts of this podcast. Okay? You are the real host of this podcast. I'm just a moderator. I'm just supposed to be the go-to person, in the middle. And there's times in real life I'm in the middle of things too. Okay. But that in the middle is different than this in the middle. Because if you think I'm really getting anything for this, I'm not. All I'm doing is being that person that hosts the show that, you know, brings you, the viewer, in. You're the host. I and again, I can't stress that enough. You're the host. American Fox is the host. I'm not. Yes, I made the mistake when I created the title, but I didn't make the mistake of what I wanted to do with this podcast. Okay? And American Fox is showing you what this podcast really is about. Okay? Like I said, I'm just the middle person. I'm just the moderator. I'm just the one that just turns around and says, okay, this is what I'd like to know. And this is what I'd like to learn. Now I got a couple minutes left. So, like I said, you will see American Fox on this podcast more than ever. Deep down, she needs co hosts. She needs you, the viewers. Okay. She needs you, the viewers, to come out and support this podcast too. So, even post podcast, come to the Life with Joey Calvo YouTube channel. Okay. Come on. Put your question out. Then you're then you're a co-host. Okay? Then you're a co-host. And that's what this podcast, this show is about. It's you, the viewer, listeners. You are all out here watching this and voicing your opinion, voicing your questions, voicing your concerns. Okay? Because that's what this podcast is all about. It's giving you a learning experience through other people. Okay? And like I said, American Fox doesn't want to be just the only person doing it. Okay? She really doesn't, to be honest with you. But she does it because she supports this podcast. She wants this podcast to continue. Like I said, I could have ended it. And I think that's the only thing I might have listened to out of American Fox was about this podcast. Okay? And I'm telling you, the viewers that are watching it on YouTube and that are watching it on PhillyCAM TV, be part of the podcast, even if it's post. Okay? Even if it's post. Or even sign up on the YouTube channel. Okay? If you sign up on a YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@ Life with Joey Calvo 6194, become a subscriber. Click on the notifications. When these podcasts go live, come join. Because you're the host of this podcast. This is your show. Okay? I'm just the moderator. And again, I thank American Fox for everything that she does for this podcast and everything that she is. A genuine, real life superheroine that I will treasure as a person. for everything that she's done and can do. I can't stress that enough. And I thank everybody for watching the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. God bless you all.